about microaggression, I came across an analogy. And the analogy was that there was an empty plane and 2 African Americans got on the plane and they sat in the 4th row. 2 Caucasian men.
She's not about to try to educate us on what microaggression is. Listen, this is ridiculous, okay? First of all, how many times she gonna say microaggression? Did she just learn all of these terms like privilege and microaggression and all that? Like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if she's just been scrolling on BLM Twitter or whatever, but this is ridiculous. Like, this is performative. She wanted to apologize for her performative activism. This, my friends, is what you call performative. This is a joke, an entire joke. Like, why am I even watching this? She might as well have put on a whole clown costume. She might as well put on a red nose while she was at it. A red wig to match the makeup, because the makeup is horrible too. We'll tell you, oh my God, they're so embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Mademoiselle, and this is my channel. And yes, I'm late to the party, but we have to talk about TANA MONGEAU's most recent apology. So if you guys are not familiar with the situation and why she's apologizing, here's a quick little synopsis. Now, in this new age fad of people acting like they care about Black people and Black lives, there has been a slew, when I'm telling you a slew of people coming forward about public figures, celebrities, online personalities, regarding how they acted towards people of color, or people's old tweets, videos, or content resurfacing of them being racially insensitive. And of course, we already know with Jeffree Star, with Shane Dawson, TANA MONGEAU definitely got to be in the mix, because these 3 people are constantly apologizing for their past. But in this case, TANA MONGEAU was called out by 2 YouTubers that she was friends with. So one of the first ones was Canon Berry. Now, Canon Berry made a full-blown expose video talking about how Tana treated him very poorly and was microaggressive with him. And then Simply Nessa followed up with this, saying that her current manager was her previous manager, and basically said that Tana allowed this manager to make defamatory claims about her and her mental health, basically saying that she was schizophrenic, you know, she had a bad attitude, she was hard to work with, all of the shenanigans. Canon and Simply Nessa attributed this behavior to Tana treating them this way because they are Black. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why did I say Black? Why do I keep saying Black? Well, I mean, this is the thing. Like I said before, I'm tired of these house slaves coming out years after things happen to finally say something happened. Now, I would understand if this is someone that people were like genuinely afraid of, or this is someone that like people really don't speak up against, but like Tana gets dragged every single day for something regarding her being racially insensitive. Therefore, the fact that this is now coming out in a time where everyone is going viral for dragging people who have been racially insensitive is ridiculous to me. Trust me, I absolutely love Simply Nessa. I've been watching her forever, but I've never in my life heard Nessa consider herself a Black girl in my entire life. Okay, from what I understand, she's mixed, which I didn't even know until like a while back, like not too long ago, but I didn't know this my entire time watching her. But it's funny how everyone wants to play the Black card when it's convenient for them. Everyone wants to be Black when it's time to be discriminated against. Everyone wants to pull a I'm a person of color card when it's time to play victim for something, and it's ridiculous and it's disgusting. What in the world? Like, I understand if it was Jeffree Star, because you know everyone thinks that Jeffree Star could like ruin your career and stuff, right? But it's like, this is TANA MONGEAU. You telling me like this stuff happened like what, 2-3+ years ago, and you guys are now coming out about it? Cry me a river. I don't think it's that deep. To me, if it was that deep, you would have said something before, not now. I understand Canon was part of the whole collab channel, which was trash, which is what Tana was spearheaded or whatever, and he didn't want his career to be ruined. But I mean, where did he go after trash? absolutely nowhere. Therefore, I just don't understand the logic of coming out after everything's said and done to resurrect some crap. Like, if anything, y'all should have contacted her personally and made this an inside thing. I really don't think this needed to be blowed up. I do understand that Tana's garbage. I don't like her either, but like, honestly, I feel like a lot of people just been doing shit for attention at this point. The fight for equality is something very, very serious, and I'm just very, very tired of seeing people play with it as if it's a joke. I'm tired of seeing people just use it for their own personal gain and their own personal agenda. And that's what I think has been going on, like, literally this entire year. I feel like a lot of people don't even care for the equality. They don't care for speaking out. They don't care about having a voice. Like, a lot of these people are just garbage. Like, I'm just saying this right now. I'm not saying everyone I'm talking about this video is garbage, but Tana's already garbage, so whatever, let's get into that. So basically, she issued an apology after months, okay? It's been, what, 3 or 4 months since all of this shit came out. She spent her time partying with TikTokers and updating her OnlyFans and basically uploading prequels to her nonsensical apology on YouTube, okay? She was sitting here on Twitter, on Instagram, like, yeah, guys, I'm coming out with an apology soon. Don't worry, it's coming, it's coming. And meanwhile, her fans that I don't even understand why they still support her are sitting here hanging on and clinging on to dear life, defending her every 2 seconds, and it literally takes her 4 months to come out. Let's see how bad it really is, because like I said, I ain't react to it. So let's see. Anytime anyone makes an apology, whether it's a celebrity or YouTuber, 9 times out of 10, all of us are gonna drag the person. Like, let's be real here. We need to stop doing that. That's not okay. We need to stop dragging these people just to drag these people. But to be honest, if every 2 seconds you have to apologize for shit, chances are you're just not a good person. If you guys are not aware, TANA MONGEAU has been dragged for lots of things, from problematic tweets to problematic videos to performative activism. Listen, the list goes on and on and on. These people are always getting called out for some nonsense. Like, oh God, this is ridiculous.
First and foremost, I want to apologize for how long this video has taken. There is no excuse, reason, or thing I can say to make that okay, and I want to take full accountability for that. However, I understand that my actions, even over the past few weeks, have not been hand in hand with accountability. That's a journey that I—
Wait! Alright, listen. I ain't an MUA. Who did this makeup? She got a whole my shade on her cheeks. Who did this? Okay. Second of all, why is this so edited? We're literally seconds in and there's at least like 4 jump cuts. Woo, child. And another thing, why is this so like dramatic but like so cold? Like, like, is she being held hostage? Or someone got cue cards behind the camera? It's like, damn, blink twice if you're in trouble, Tana. Like, what's going on here? No, I don't know. Like, this is a little... Oh, I'm afraid to watch the rest.
In the beginning with this video. I also understand with the white privilege that I possess, I have no right to ask or expect forgiveness from anyone that I have hurt with my actions. Over the past few months, I've seen the explosive effects of what running from your problems can do and how many people you can hurt by doing that. But I'm aware that making this video about my emotions would do nothing but be another selfish and careless action and further the problem. I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart for being such a big part of cancel culture for the entirety of my career. I
literally
don't deserve a platform if I continue to act in such a gaslighting and irresponsible manner, and I'm so sorry for how long I've done that. I could sit here and blame it on the people I watched or the people that raised me or the advice that I chose to take, but at the end of the day, I chose to take those paths. I chose to only listen to yes people. I chose to idolize people that taught me the complete wrong way to handle the responsibility of this platform, and it breaks my heart that it took me getting to 22 years old to realize that. With that being said,
alright, who wrote this? I would say a PR wrote this, but it sounds a little bit more humane, so I would assume a PA wrote this, like a personal assistant of some sort. I feel like she wrote the framework of it, but someone edited this and added to it, because like, she doesn't even talk like this. What the hell is this? Tana never in her life has sounded this educated and this rational in her entire life. She fucking wished. She fucking wished.
I want to express my utter disgust with every single apology video I've ever made. I'm sorry for uploading them, I'm sorry for defending them, and I'm sorry for putting them out to such a huge audience. I did nothing but look at apology videos as people digging up my past again. If I'd spent the time I spent pandering, deflecting, making excuses, and spewing ignorance to millions of people becoming a better person, I would be in a far, far better place right now, and for that I can only hold myself accountable. It is far past the time I needed to own up to my behavior and take take 100% accountability for my actions. And if I had wanted people to see that I'd truly grown, you'd think that my actions would have been in unison with that thought.
These jump cuts are disgusting. You know, I actually saw someone counted this, and they counted over 200 jump cuts in this video. And this video is not that long for 200 jump cuts. Yikes. My God. How hard is it to just sit in front of the camera and be like, I'm sorry, that was wrong. Like, the video should have been done by now.
Before this moment, I want you to know I'm aware of that, and I am so sorry for how much of a coward I have acted like. It's inexcusable. It's completely inexcusable. One thing I've learned over this time is the undeniable responsibility that goes hand in hand with a platform of this size. I am so sorry for ever thinking I could possess all that I have without acknowledging the extreme responsibility that comes with it. I had every single resource to change, and I am so sorry for choosing the wrong.
Oh my God, Jesus. Yo, I almost fell asleep, bro. What happened? Yo, what is she talking about? We get it. You don't deserve your platform. Like, oh my God. What in the world? Yo, she would have been better off just not doing this. Like, what was the point? Like, what is she trying to prove? Who's this apology for? Technically, the people that called you out, you should be apologizing to them, which I don't understand why YouTubers don't know how to just fucking call each other up, how to fucking meet up and just like talk out shit. Like, they just refuse to do that. They just want to do everything online. Like, I feel like that's very fucking childish. But this is like, who are you, like your fans, your subscribers? Like, realistically, she got called out for partying in COVID and not addressing the whole situations that was going on with Canon and Vanessa. But realistically, the real issue
on the route every single time. I have so much work to do on myself to become a better person, and I intend on showing you that with action, education, and time. I don't want to come back to this platform until I am someone that can shape the youth in far better ways than the things I watched growing up shaped me. I don't want to be the reason that a young girl grows up the way.
So, does that mean she leaving YouTube? She not gonna post? She pulling a Shane and a Jeffrey? Well, I think Jeffrey might still be posting, but Jenna Marbles or whatever, like, is that what's going on here? She should have been did this shit with TANA. The fact that she was even able to still have a career after she let them girls sit out there getting sunburned and shit like that, disgusting.
I did. What would have been vital at that time was to look inside, to ask myself why people were angry at me, go to the root of the problem and find out why I was acting like that, and then educate myself. That's what someone deserving of a platform of my size would have done. The only goal I was taught that I actually internalized was that when I was in the wrong, I needed to make people like me again versus what I could do to become a person that people actually like. I see so clearly now the microaggressions and terrible values that I was enveloped in for 15 years of my life. I see so clearly now the problem with the things I grew up thinking were funny and the sense of humor I developed. I now realize that the content I put out into the world and who I am has the ability to aid in either positively or negatively shaping this generation. But with all of that being said, there is no excuse for the amount of time it took me when I had every single resource in the world to become a better person in the last 3 years. I have people like Colin Berry specifically call me out and try to open my eyes and make me better. But I was so stuck in my narcissistic, egotistical ways that I was convinced I was a good person and had nothing.
Alright, I need to tell y'all this. One thing about these apologies, and her apologies specifically, is the self-deprecating behavior. We all know you're a shitty person, right? But when you reinforce that, I feel like it's low-key manipulation. And I feel like that's what she does to her audience. She manipulates the fuck out of her audience, right? She'll sit there like, I'm so stupid. That was so dumb. I should never did that. That was a horrible thing to do. My white privilege. Like, girl, we know what you did already. We know what, just say sorry and keep it pushing. I feel like these people think that if you keep saying bad things about yourself, or if you start off or like include in the apology, like, yeah, I'm a horrible person, that was so shitty, I ain't shit for that, like that's gonna make people be like, oh, okay, well, I'm not gonna say shit, you already said it. No. At this point, you're just filling words and you're talking in circles.
Helped me during that time and I chose to look the other way. I'm sorry. Especially Colin Berry. I am so sorry. You truthfully tried and you would have saved me a whole lot of hell had I listened to you, and I want you to know that I know that and I live with that. I have a lot more to say about the Colin Berry situation. I just wanted to say that right then and there because I felt that that needed to be said. Next, I want to apologize for every single one of my past tweets. They were incredibly prejudiced, racist, homophobic, and unfunny. funny. It shows how much hate was so clearly inside of me that I thought it was okay, even at that time, to write that out and put that out into the world. And then every time I spoke about my past, I pandered, I deflected, I made excuses, and I was so much more of a piece of shit. And it's crazy that I was trying to convince people I'd grown. And that is exactly how I should have apologized anytime anyone ever questioned my past. As I would grow in my career, I would claim to say that I understood the pain behind these words. I would claim to say that I knew how wrong it was to have said that at that time. But then every time I would apologize, it would be in a way that was so pandering and deflecting. It would discredit everything I had to say. And it's so sad that I was so fucking stupid and couldn't realize that. And then I would proceed to spend the next 3 years in such an unproductive cycle, wondering why these things kept getting brought up. But how could I expect anyone to forgive me in general if my apology wasn't even a sufficient apology? I selfishly decided time and time again I did not need education, and for that I am so sorry. Clearly, even based on my actions over the past few months, I have so much more growing to do, and I understand anyone who is fed up and tired, sick of it, and doesn't want to be around for that. Had a person of color done 1/10 of the antics I had done in my career, they would not have gotten to act with such privilege in the ways that I did. And to every
best thing she's ever said in her entire life in terms of apologies. I've actually made a video called If TANA MONGEAU Was Black. And I'm like, y'all know damn well she done half the things. And this is before she did a lot of the shit that's worse than what she did at that time. I was like, if she would have done half the things that she's done and been black, she wouldn't even have her career. So I'm very happy she said that. That is honestly, I have to give her some snaps for that. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. And honestly, people who want to sit there and act like that's not true, bullshit. These people are able to get away with all types of shit. And I've always said cancel culture don't really fucking apply to them. People will drag them for a couple days, maybe even a couple weeks. But people forget, and at the end of the day, they will always have that core base of followers that will follow them no matter what. I hate that shit. Yvana, breathe.
Single person who has called me out on my performative activism, you are 100% right. It's
Yep.
so sad that it took me years to realize that by not apologizing and not taking accountability for my past, but then sprinkling in random acts of justice, that is performative activism completely.
It is.
You cannot cover up years of damage and being a hurtful person with a cardboard sign and a fucking Twitter name. And again, the fact that it took me this moment in time to realize that is so sad. To take this long to make so many people feel heard while thinking I was doing my justice by posting about Black Lives Matter or Breonna Taylor was performative activism completely, and for that I am so sorry. I know where my morals lie, but I know that my actions have not coincided with them. I want to be the best ally, activist, and friend I can possibly be and role model, but acting like this has been the exact opposite of that. I can never even fully resonate with the pain and anger people must have felt seeing that. I have always only judged people based on the content of their character and not the color of their skin. But for so long, I thought that was enough, and I realize now that that is not enough in any way. But if a person of color feels that your actions were racist or you said something that was racist, it is about holding yourself accountable and expressing to people that you are wrong and you are sorry and that is not who you are. Like, how did I ever expect people to think that that wasn't who I was if I could never be fully accountable until this moment? Next, I want to address the Colin Berry and Simply Nessa situations. Once again, the amount of time this has taken is completely...
Alright, pause. This shit is scripted as hell. You can look at her eyes. Her eyes are like kind of going in a different direction every couple of jump cuts. You can tell she's looking at something. Like, the thing is, granted, most YouTubers do, but let's be real, a lot of this was fluff and she repeated herself like 10 times. She literally could have just gotten on camera and say, hey, this really took way too long. I'm very sorry for my actions. I'm sorry for sitting there partying during a pandemic with TikTokers when I should have been owning up to my actions. I'm sorry for how I treated Kalan and Vanessa. I'm sorry for being a shitty role model. I'm like, that. It wouldn't be that hard and it wouldn't be that long. Like, literally everything she just said up to this point could have been cut in a third, not even half. Like, literally only a third of it needed to be there. Like, honestly, this is beyond me.
Inexcusable, and I take full accountability for that. I let my anger, ego, and pride stop me from doing what was right. And in turn, I hurt and let down and made so many people feel unheard, including Colin, Nessa, and all of their fans. And for that, I am so, so sorry. I didn't know what microaggression was and never bothered to educate myself or see any of the validity in the things that were being brought to light before my eyes because I was so convinced that I simply wasn't a racist person and had nothing to learn. When I first started reading about microaggression, I came across an analogy. And the analogy was that there was an empty plane and 2 African Americans got on the plane and they sat in the 4th row. 2 Caucasian men.
She's not about to try to educate us on what microaggression is. Listen, this is ridiculous, okay? First of all, how many times she gonna say microaggression? Did she just learn this damn word? Did she just learn all of these terms like privilege and microaggression and all that? Like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if she's just been scrolling on BLM Twitter or whatever, but this is ridiculous. Like, this is performative. She wanted to apologize for her performative activism. This, my friends, is what you call performative. This is a joke, an entire joke. Like, why am I even watching this? She might as well have put on a whole clown costume. She might as well put on a red nose while she was at it. A red wig to match the makeup, because the makeup is horrible too. I'll tell you, oh my God, they're so embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I don't even want to call myself a YouTuber after watching this crap.
And they sit in the 1st row of the plane. The plane fills up entirely except for some seats in the back. Before the plane is about to take off, the stewardess realizes that the weight is distributed unevenly and asks the African American men that sat down first to move to the back of the plane. Seeing as they sat down first, it is entirely microaggressive to choose them to have their seats demoted. Even when I was reading analogies like that, I was thinking to myself, damn, I'm not microaggressively racist. I don't know what Colin and Nessa are talking about. I would never do something like that. But then I think back to all of the times that Colin specifically tried to make me a better person, tried to help me understand why I was going through these scandals over and over again, tried to intensively educate me on the pain behind the words that I'd said, and I chose every single time to look the other way, not listen, and write him off as someone who was just in my ear and wanted to call me out. I can't even...
Alright, the thing is, I guess kudos for him for doing that behind the scenes, but why nobody else did that? She has this friend, I forgot, Amari, that she literally really got in trouble for because she was saying the N-word to him and he was just letting her do it. Why is it? You don't even have to be a black person to call out nonsense. Like, why did all of these people just let her act this way and not think anything was wrong with it? If anything, the people she hangs out around have destroyed her career. Like, because they let her do this shit. Like, granted, she's old enough to know right from wrong, but she's still stupid young. She's like, what, 22? She's stupid young. Okay, and I understand that when you're young, you do stupid shit, but like she's constantly doing stupid shit. And these people around her are constantly letting her and enabling her behavior. Like, this is unacceptable.
Imagine how angry and in awe he must have felt working with me and seeing me think this way. I chose every single time to
take that back. It took me years to
know that I was a good person and I simply wasn't racist, and that's just how things were. And looking back, that is so incredibly microaggressive. The way that I must have hurt him with my actions time and time again is so incredibly microaggressive, and that is not a person that I ever want to be. Even looking back and accepting that truth, that this person perceived my actions as microaggressively racist, makes me fucking sick, because that is someone I never want to be. But in order to say that and have anyone ever believe me, or to even simply just grow, it is about holding myself accountable. As a white person, if a person of color ever accuses you of microaggression, the right thing to do is apologize, because who am I to decide if I made that person feel that way? The fact that
honestly, oh my God, this video, like, I don't know, okay, I get this is supposed to be an apology, and I guess she's trying to, like, educate people at the same time, so I guess it's a start, but it's like, bitch, well, all the scandals you got, you should have left that one to someone else, okay? Leave it to Vava, sis. Like, it's just like, she's just not the right person to be preaching about this, especially not right now, because she clearly has never learned from her actions, and she clearly didn't learn in this past 4 months. She's clearly only making this because she's been pressured by the internet, so yeah.
I was so uneducated and had no right to be shaping or in charge of anyone else, and for that I take full accountability, and I'm still sorry. I've apologized for that. I obviously realized that very soon into the trash channel and followed all of my network's protocols to end it properly. There's a lot of hearsay as to how that ended. If at any point people want to discuss it further or want questions answered, I will answer that with receipts and full accountability. I just feel that this video should not be related to anything other than my racist actions and past. It's so sad that I could never say that. I was so unafraid to use racial terminology, but I was so afraid of people calling me a racist. I had so many chances to say all of this before right now. When it comes to the Nessa situation, I feel that it is more complicated, and that is definitely one of the reasons that it has taken me so long to address this, because I haven't really known what to say. However, that is not an excuse, and this situation has gotten completely out of hand, and it is entirely my fault. I could have addressed this like an adult and someone who deserves this platform months ago. I truly feel that Nessa and I had a lot of personal conflict that we were fighting just as as catty teenagers who are 16 and in high school would. At that time, the average 16-year-old girl is going in and out of friendships, is meeting people she doesn't like, is not getting along with people. And that is truly, even to this day, when I look back at the Nessa situation, how I see it. Regardless, I need to be a good example to my followers, and if this person is accusing me of microaggression, I need to hold myself fully accountable and apologize for ever making her feel that way, and let you know that I'm not going to act in that manner in any way for the entirety of my life. But at the same time, if for some reason
in the beginning, she was very stoked. She was very like monotone. She's very straight faced. She wasn't doing much. But now that you talk about Vanessa, she getting a little antsy. Like she, this is not looking good for you, boo boo. Now she getting aggressive. I don't like the whole this person. Like, you know her name. You already said Vanessa in the sentence where you have to say this person. If this person, like you could see that. The microaggression, there's still microaggression in this video. Like, this is annoying as hell. At this point, oh, child, just take it down.
This is ever brought up, it is about holding myself accountable immediately and apologizing. I still want to apologize for making you in any way feel that I was acting microaggressive. Who was I at that time to write off if someone was a good or a bad person? Who was I at that time to be a bitch to someone else, to be a bad friend, to handle the situation immaturely? There's never a point that I feel I was ever treating you in any way based on the color of your skin. However, if you feel that that is why I treated you that way, again, I want to say I'm sorry and take accountability for the action, because that is the right thing to do. I also completely validate your frustrations, Nessa, seeing me get so many things so easily that were probably so much more difficult or impossible for you. I should have spent the entirety of my career acknowledging the immense white privilege I have had, educating myself on that when people wanted to talk to me about it. How will you?
By far, this is the worst part of the video. Comment down below if you know why this is the worst part of the video. She literally just said, I don't feel like I did that, but I'm sorry if you think I did that. I'm sorry if you felt that way. No. When you apologize, you say, you know what? I was wrong for this. This is what I did. That was messed up. I apologize. I won't do it again. I hope you can forgive me. That's it. Not, oh, I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. I don't feel like that's how I was making you feel, but again, I apologize. No. This whole, oh, I know it was hard for you to see me get everything so easily and that. First of all, I understand Nessa is mixed. I get it. But Nessa is white passing. I'm sorry. She doesn't look like Tana, but she don't look like a black girl. Like, she's very, very, very light skinned. Like, she's very fair skinned. So, I don't know what the... Like, why are y'all making it up imaginary problems? Like, clearly it took her a lot longer than Tana. But as we have seen, okay, there's a pattern in terms of newer YouTubers have had it easier. Like, I can even say, like, my second channel is doing way better than what my first channel did at that stage, you feel me? Like, I don't know what it is. I feel like newer channels get a bigger boost. And I feel like just, like, times have changed. We have different viewers. Everything is different. So it's like, I get it, because Tana is already a shitty person, so it's annoying to see someone like Tana get a lot of shit that other people could get, especially people of color. But I'm sorry, Nessa cannot pull this damn card. Like, she just can't. Like, I love her, but you can't pull this damn card. She's not a black girl. She's mixed black girl, okay? A mixed black girl who is white passing. Like, I do consider mixed people black, so I'm not gonna say she's not black, but she does not go through 99.9% of the things a typical black passing black girl or a black passing mixed girl would go through. I know plenty of mixed people who are dark skinned. Okay, so with them, that would make sense, because no one would even think twice about being black. But her, if you don't say, oh, yeah, she's mixed, you would never know. So at this point, what is she even talking about? Like, yo, you're not even she know this shit don't even make sense. That's probably why she got all of this damn aggression. This is probably why she coming in that attitude. It's like, what are you talking about? I'd be annoyed too, to be honest. I'd be annoyed, because it's like, no, I wouldn't even apologize to her, because at this point, no, they probably just don't like you because you always in some mess. Like, I love Nessa, but she really always be in some mess. So it's like, if anything, that's probably why all of this crap was happening to her. I don't think it had anything to do with her race, because I don't think most people know the girl is mixed in the first place. She don't look like a typical mixed black woman. She also just doesn't look like a typical black woman. I know mixed people come in all different shapes, sizes, colors. Yes, I've seen this numerous times. I talk about this on my channel all the time. But my thing I'm trying to get at is, since she doesn't look like the average mixed or black person, she would not go through these types of struggles that is being accused in this shit. Like, what are they talking about? Like, she looked like she got a drop of some shit, but ain't nobody about to be really going after her and abusing her the way they do black women. So I don't know. Everybody want to be black so damn bad when it's time to get a come up and some fucking likes and tweets and attention.
Use this information to fuel a fire under me, to assure that I'm a part of the change and not the problem in this industry. When it comes to the anecdotal drama of both of those situations, I will answer any further questions with full accountability and receipts in any upcoming posts. Lastly, I want to apologize to each and every one of my fans for letting you down. People have really been referencing this time as the time they chose to unstand or the time I was canceled for good. But I look back at my values across so many of the things I was doing for the entirety of my YouTube career, and this time has made me realize how skewed they have been all along. Once again, I don't want to make this video about me or my emotions or my family or the way I was raised or that I'm in a dark place right now, because like I've said, I've had the resources to fix all of that for so long and have chosen not to, so it's no longer.
But you still brought it up. I hate when people do shit like that. Well, I'm not going to talk about how this happened and not happened and where I am. Then why'd you bring it up? Shut up, okay? Get to the point. Second of all, yeah, you can tell she didn't write this because she's not this educated. She's not this clean, like in terms of the way she talks. She's also not this calculated in terms of choosing her words wisely. Therefore, this is a fucking joke and this is scripted. I don't know who the fuck she thinks she's fooling. What did she talk? So she gonna make multiple videos talking about, so, oh, I'll address other things. Like, what do you, for what? And then the fact that the apology to her fans is at the end is horrible. Your fans is what's keeping you alive at this fucking point. Because the regular people done fucking left your dumb ass in the trash. You should apologize to your subscribers first damn thing. First damn thing in the damn video.
I feel sorry for me. I was raised in this way. I was this person. It's you should have used all the fucking shit you have to become a better person. And so I know now that when I say things related to my upbringing, I'm not saying them in any type of victimizing way or pity party way, because you should not feel sorry for a 22-year-old who has chosen to not help themselves for so long, you know? But when I look back at the values that I was instilled with and the way that I was brought up and the way that I then went to project that onto the world, it makes me so sick. When I think about a single one of my young fans growing up or acting in the ways that I did, it makes me sick. I am so sorry for thinking for so long that I never had to be a role model. I promise you, for the entirety of my career, I will take that into account with every single piece of content I choose to further make. I want to make a difference in a way that is positive and impactful, not performative and disruptive. At the same time, I fully understand the people that have stopped their journey with me or are stopping here. But for me, this is just a new chapter of my journey with myself and becoming a better person. I still have to look in the mirror, and I want to see someone I'm proud of looking back at me. This is my last apology video ever, and I am so sorry for the fucking hell I put you through over the past few years. If I'm called out for something, I will be unashamed of my mistake and hold myself accountable right then and there. I will strip my ego and I will apologize. I will actually mend the problem versus continuing to shove it down further. I don't care if I'm starting every vlog with what I did wrong in the last one and how I'm going to be better in the future ones and what I'm going to do right now with my platform to try to make up for my mistakes. I refuse to run from who I am any longer because I see what that can do. If someone is hurt with my actions, I realize it is imperative to make them feel heard immediately. I will make sure to be aware of the privilege I have as a white creator and do everything I can to be a non-performative ally from this point further. I need to continue to focus my energy not on fighting the old but building the new. While I've worked on ridding so much hatred inside myself, and I know I'm not 2013 Tana, it is so apparent to not only me but all of you that I have a lot more deep-rooted growing to do as a person. What I can assure you is that every single day I'm taking active measures such as therapy, education, and assessing the character of not only myself but everyone I'm surrounding myself with in order to grow and become a better person. I am so sorry to my fans that I never gave a proper apology to, that I gaslit, and that I chose to not educate. I used such a great platform so irresponsibly in so many ways. I refuse to come back to this channel unless I am changing into a person down to the core that is deserving of this responsibility. The things that go wrong with us in our lives have the biggest potential to become a part of our gift to the world. However, at any given moment, we all have the power to decide that this is not how our story is going to end. I'm starting this chapter by donating to the charities that are listed on the screen and linked below, going out and registering to vote, and voting for Joe Biden, and encouraging each and every one of you if you are able to.
You know what? I did it! You know what? What is she? What's on the screen? Voting for Joe Biden doesn't mean now you're a black ally. Y'all should really do y'all research on Joe Biden. And Trump, actually. Because clearly, people refuse to look shit up. The same man that literally has a hand of thousands of black men being in jail for like the most minuscule shit. This is what y'all want to vote for? This is what you think? This is what you think is going to help us? The fact that you've done all of this shit, you think that, oh, I'm going to vote Biden. Wow. There's no way she thought of this shit. This is all wow, whoever's part of the PR team, fire them, please. She has to be kidding. No.
Change that is so desperately needed in America right now. Everything that every single one of us young people do is incredibly critical to our future. Even taking the spotlight off of everything that is going on and talking about myself and what's going on in my life for the past 25 minutes is still not okay. From this point on, I will be using my voice to urge each and every one of you watching and following me to join me in voting to get Trump out of office. The things that he is doing every single day are so incredibly inhumane, and I want to use my voice and platform to let every single one of you know that if you are watching this, that you have a choice to help our future be better, and I want to start by doing that. Thank you for watching.
Oh my God, what the fuck? Yo, wow. This is literally worse than what I thought. Like, I understand people don't like Trump and all of this extra shit, yeah. But like, at the end of the day, you liking or hating Trump does not make you a good or a bad person. At the end of the day, everyone needs to do their research in regards to what he's actually done in office and actually stop not liking or liking him based off of emotion, because he actually has done a lot in office. Listen, I was shocked too. He's done a lot. I'm not saying I want him to win again, because honestly, his attitude is disgusting. He is funny as hell on Twitter, and I really don't think he's that bad, which I've said before, but at the same time, we just need something else. But Biden definitely ain't it. I hope that someone just steps up, and I mean, I think it's too late, but that's for another video. The point I'm trying to get at is, this is just so insincere. You could tell most of this is not even her words. You could tell she don't care about none of this shit. She's only doing this because people dragged her. That being said, I'm tired. My throat is dry. I'm hungry and I'm annoyed. Let me know what you think about this video down in the comments section below. Do you think it was sincere? Do you think it was scripted? Do you think she wrote some of it, all of it? What do you think? Because I really want to know. Do you think that this is the worst apology she's made? I do. Let me know why or why not. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that. And I'm gonna see y'all